The butterfly effect. What is the butterfly effect? Definition of the butterfly effect. A property of chaotic systems, such as the atmosphere, by which small changes in initial conditions can lead to large-scale and unpredictable variation in the future state of the systems. Many scientists say that at just a certain point in time, in a certain condition, the flapping of a butterfly's wings could cause a hurricane to occur halfway around the world. I'm beginning to see the effects of the butterfly wings from events that transformed over 50 years ago. For example, in 1971, I was on a surfing and spiritual odyssey around the world. In India, I learned the art of meditation, and my life was turned around forever. Many of the ideas from the meditation group incorporated many of the Jain's principles. I became fascinated by them. Meditation brought me a point quickly to see the web of love tying us all together. We use different words to describe that experience, but the experience is beyond words. Fast forward a few months. I'm in South Africa. I just hitchhiked from Kenya to South Africa with three other girls. We were sent there because Prem Rawat was coming for the first time to South Africa. Before he came, we were going to do an event at a university. It was about the unity behind all religions. I was assigned to do the Jains. I did the research for a few weeks. Mind you, there was no internet back then. During that time, I was assigned to go to Cape Town to set up Prem's coming there. That's another story altogether. Fast forward around 50 years. One day, I was meditating. This great thought came up to write a book about the Jains. I got great insights from my meditation, so therefore I started to write a book. I posted this book on Jane's Facebook page. To be honest, I didn't get much of a response. Some were curious to know if I was a Jane or not. One James, whose name was Amar, was interested in talking to me. Since then, we have become great friends. He introduced me to the 40 days, 40 nights course from the University of Madras. It was my first introduction to the tools that they use for healthy living and spirituality. About 8 days ago, I get a call from Amar, and he told me that in 5 minutes an 18-day course would start. I was sleepy, I must admit. I go to bed around 8 o'clock, yet something inside of me said, "You must attend." So I did. And this is the 8th day. There is a reason why I'm writing this book. To be quite frank, so many different Indian terms that I don't know or understand. If you translate it into English, I completely understand. At times, my wife and I don't know if they are speaking Hindi or English. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. It forces me to be a Sherlock Holmes. There's a great mystery to be solved. I'm seeing the butterfly effect that occurred 50 years ago taking effects right now in this course. You see, it's not the words that explain the soul. One has to fine-tune the guitar of life constantly. Already this class has provided greater wisdom than ever before. I'm extremely grateful for that. Somehow, during this course, a realization occurred. It was like my mind tuned in to the correct frequency. I saw that each and every moment one should only focus on the soul. Mind you, I've been trying to do this for 50 years in each moment, but something was different. There is a grace that exists inside of us. Maybe, just maybe, the butterfly effect takes place after many years from the first flapping of the butterfly wings. I believe the whole sequence of events is divine in nature. One thing this course has stressed over and over again is not to place your mind on external events. Don't get concerned with your mind and emotions. I have a phrase that says to live in the center of the hurricane, not the winds of the mind. I've been saying this for many years. It's somehow during this course I'm like a Sherlock Holmes. This has reinforced me more than ever before. Somehow the door became a lock. Such is synchronicity and grace. The point is, as us humans, because we focus only externally, we will suffer and go through pain. Curveballs will be thrown at you. Even when you are enlightened, curveballs will be thrown at you. That is the nature of the universe. Yet the wise man understands to smile at life, no matter what kind of curveball is thrown your way. It could be good, bad, and ugly. My wife and I laugh as we can't even answer one question when they have the questions and answers. Unfortunately, we were never brought up in that culture where they became second nature. Yet we know there's a great message to understand. There's a precious gift being talked about. There's a jewel inside of us all. This is why we keep coming back. These are practical tools to utilize in one's life. Even if you can't answer a single question, doesn't mean you don't have any wisdom. The knowledge of the soul is beyond words, understanding, and philosophy. One may have the highest intellect. Only the innocent of a child will understand the soul. Just think that if you had the innocence of a child and the wisdom of a sage, your true nature of the soul contains the essence of all. So despite these differences in languages, there's a thread that ties us all together. I'm hoping maybe this book could be a way to bring many Westerners to understand the sacred wisdom. I try to make it as simple as possible. Life is hard enough if one has to understand so many different words from a different culture. Yet, if we could translate it into simple English without any Indian words, it would be incredible. I know all my friends would have lasted a single moment. The Jains have morphed and changed for thousands of years. Even during the 60s and 70s, the Jains developed a new system of meditation. I say that Jain teachings change accordingly to the time. We need more Westerners like me to understand these great teachings. These teachings are universal. Just think the butterfly effect of your great masters is still being affected today. In every area of human life, your philosophy has been helped shape to the way things were meant to be. If the world at large followed this practically, the whole world's problems over time would be solved. I could go on, talking about the magnificence that you offer to the world. The more I understand the Jane's world, the more I am completely impressed. I always say the spiritual life is the most practical life. One must have the feet on the ground and the head in heaven. One must live in the center of the hurricane. One must understand that you are the universe and just don't know it. One must know you are a soul and you have a human body. Currently, do you think you have a human body and a soul? Big difference. The world and your world will be in chaos if every moment you only focus externally. By doing so, you will never be happy. I can guarantee it. Sages have talked about this for thousands of years. Somehow we think money can buy happiness. Even if you someday become a trillionaire, you would never become happy. Just think $1 trillion. It would take millions of years to spend 100,000 a year. One will never be happy. You can be rich or poor. It doesn't matter. One who lives his life and is in constant union with his soul will be a truly happy person. When one understands that life and death are the same things in this state, one doesn't have a care in the world. One will live in this world and do his social duties, yet at the same time, one will not be in this world. The great concepts of the Jains must be incorporated daily into your life. It must be a moment-to-moment affair. As I said many times before, you are your own drugstore. You are responsible for your thoughts and actions. The thoughts that you have, whether positive or negative, will have direct consequences inside of you. Don't drink your own poison from your thoughts. Learn how to drink the nectar of mortality inside of you. The choice is yours. Nobody can do it for you. They have an expression. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Many moons ago I heard this, and the master said, but you can put salt into his food. The Jain teachings are salt in your food.